Hello and welcome to 3 Times a Gamer. We're going to make another video regarding charging the Switch. We're going to look at different ways of charging it and what actually works out the best. Now this isn't going to be a fully scientific experiment. What we will do is we'll play a couple of games on it and look at roughly how long it takes to charge while playing using different charging methods. Now to do this we will time it, but we will only be timing how long it takes for a battery percentage to increase. Now bearing in mind we can't see pointer percentage, so it's going to be hard to tell whether it's in the middle of a percentage charge, how close it is, if you see what I mean. So it's hard to tell whether it could be on 18.1% for example, or it could be on 18.9% when charging. So we can't tell with any 100% real certainty how well it charges. I haven't unfortunately got the equipment for that, but we can get a rough idea and see which charges the fastest. So the ways we're going to try, we're going to test how long it takes roughly to charge while playing on the dock. We will charge then with the RAV power block using the cable I used previously, which was a USB-C to a standard USB, the one that came with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And then we'll also try a Belkin USB-C to USB-C cable. This is a 3.1 USB, apparently up to 60 watts. So hopefully that will do a good job. So we will see how that goes. And then I've also got a travel USB adapter, so it'll be interesting to see how well that charges. Now this one looks like it hasn't got a huge output, so it might not do that well. But we'll give it a go and see how it does. So first test is USB-C to USB-C. So let's see. So, first thing I noticed, which somebody else has mentioned to me in the comments, plugging it in like this, it hasn't started charging. So let's try that, see if that works. So, nothing at the moment. Now let's try sleep mode. So still no charging at the moment. Very interesting. So the screen has to be off for it to start charging first. Okay. So let's turn that off and start again, shall we? So 68%. Let's play Zelda. For a little bit and see how it goes. It's going to run about a bit, not do anything real specific. It's a little bit hard to see at this angle and how far away I am. Just want to be playing the game, obviously have it running in the background basically, so we can see how long it takes to actually charge. Well, we can have a look at that, because at the moment we're only 1 minute 20 and it's already not a percent, but then it might have already been up close to that, so we shall see. But if that is the kind of speed we're looking at, then that's a massive improvement to the other cable from the last test. Now, whether that's down to just the USB being a USB-C cable, whether that's down to being a USB-C outputs the extra power from that, or whether it's more to do with the cable quality. Maybe the USB-C cable from the Pro Controller might not be that good. But we'll see how the test plays out a little bit later on. Now, I'm just in the desert, so there's no rain and stuff, so I don't know if that would make any real significant difference to the amount of power it consumes. Wow, 70%. This is so much faster. So if we do it to 5 minutes, let's say, and see what percentage we get to. Oh, wrong. What am I doing? Let's go to the map. I wonder if I can take us somewhere else for a moment that might get us some rain. Try and get some more environmental effects. Maybe go in to see if that takes more power or whatnot. Well, that's now 5 minutes. 71%. That's quite impressive. Especially considering, we've been having reports of people saying they can't actually play a game while it charges. It will be draining the battery instead, so that's really good. I mean, I could try, when the brightness is already pretty full as it is. 72%. 73%. Now, though, saying that, one thing different that we didn't do last time is I've got the Joy-Cons detached. Before they were attached. So let's just try putting them on there, because I believe it will charge the Joy-Cons as well. Which of course will make a difference. I've still got the brightness, so I should have the brightness up full as well. And 74%, still going up fast. We're in all grassy area as well, which tends to be where we get more lag. So no, unfortunately, no rain at the moment, but we've got, the wind and grass and stuff. Full brightness screen. The Joy-Cons are now attached as well. And then, there you go, 75. 10 minutes, and that's gone up, what was that, about 7% battery in that amount of time? That's, well, in my eyes, that's very good. So, that's the first test done. I will now try a different approach. Before we try out another cable, we will also see how it fares on playing a different game of Zelda. So if we try Fast LMX and see if we have the same sort of results from that. Now, we just play it with Joy-Cons attached. That's going to take more power out of the two options anyway. So remember, from what it appeared from the last time, is it must be plugged in with the screen off for it to actually accept the charge. It's now charging. Let's start that now. Excuse my likely atrocious driving. So what was we on? 76%. So let's just see. Just choose the first track. And see how fast this charges. Do it charges slower, faster, or the same. Now, that did charge up very fast. My only concern, the fan did start making a lot of noise. Now, I don't feel any heat from it. Let's just carry on playing this a minute. Nothing at the moment. Let's turn that off. So it does seem to go up about 1% every minute, so which is good. And that noise has not happened since. So it may have just been a natural thing that does happen to the Switch sometimes, perhaps when it's charging on the dock. I haven't noticed. I haven't played this game while it's docked, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, so that seems to do the trick anyway. So let's go and try the other charging options now. Just another note in terms of the noise on the fan. It is reasonably warm out there today, and this has been something on this table, so it might just be that the device itself has got quite warm, and that's the fan doing its job and cooling it down, because it might have been getting warmer with the battery charging as well. So I mean, when I was playing Zelda for 10 minutes, didn't have any issues. I put it back on for that other minute afterwards and no issues, and it didn't feel particularly warm, so hopefully it's not an issue, but I will keep an eye on it. The next test is going to be the Pro Controller's USB to USB-C cable charging. We're going to play Fast RMX and see how we do with that. We're going to play it with the Joy-Cons attached, which does take more battery, because likelihood is if you're going to be charging while playing it, you're not going to have most people won't have a separate stand. You're going to be playing it like this. Certainly if this is a slower charging option. So let's have a look. We did Zelda before, so we have an idea of how long that took to charge. So let's have a look at Fast RMX charging, shall we? So let's start that now. So we're at 78%. Let's just have a look and see. Remember, this screen is, I believe, yeah, it's still at full brightness. How are we doing now? Nothing yet, so it still seems consistent with the first time we used it. This cable on Zelda. 5 minutes, still not gone up. So it's starting to look consistent with what we did with Zelda before. I can't remember the specifics, but was it about 10 minutes, I believe? Something around those lines, 10-12 minutes for 1%. 7 minutes and still no extra battery. But it hasn't gone down, so that's still seems to be doing its job like it did last time. We assume Zelda takes a lot of power, but maybe this might take more. I'm doing very bad right now. I'm not gonna lie. So bear in mind, we are on the brightest screen setting this time, but before it was an automatic, so probably was a bit lower, like about 3/4 maybe, something like that last time with Zelda. Well, we're at 14.5 minutes and it hasn't gone up a percent yet, which is very interesting. I'm almost certain that Zelda had by now. But conversely, it hasn't gone down a percentage either. So at least it will sustain the battery on this lead. But you can see the difference that the USB-C cable makes. So 17 minutes and it still hasn't got up a percentage. So, right, well we're now at 19 minutes and it still hasn't gone up a percentage. So let's just take off the Joy-Cons and just to see if it will start to make any difference. Bear in mind it could go up to the next percent just as about to remove these for right now. 22, well, nearly 23 minutes and it's still not gone up. Yes, 26 minutes. Well, almost 27 minutes and it's now gone up a percentage. But that's without the Joy-Cons on. It might not have made much of a difference with the Joy-Cons on it. It might have still gone up. But that is a huge difference. Now bear in mind, as I said before, this is on full brightness. It might make a difference if it's not on full brightness. Now, just want to have one quick test again, and now we'll place this back with the USB-C while playing Fast RMX, just to make sure I was right in my initial numbers that it did actually go up, and I weren't just imagining it. That took a long time on RMX. So, let's have a look. So what would be 79% won't be right now. Start charging, and it's gone up already. Wow, less than a minute and a half compared it to 25 minutes. That's quite some difference. But just as an idea, so it's 8%. Let's have a look. Reset the clock. Let's have a look how much it goes down, how quickly it goes down with no battery attached. Let's just put it in perspective so that we can see how much help just the standard cable does actually give over not having any charging whatsoever, because at least it did go up after all. Well, it's gone down. 1 minute 30, it's already gone down 1%. But obviously that might have, we'll just see how long it takes to go down the next. Well, so that gives you an idea. Less than 3 minutes, it's gone down 2% on full brightness. Even if this does take on the normal USB 25 minutes to get your extra 1% charge on Fast RMX, it's better than it going down 2% in 3 minutes. Well, less than 3 minutes. So it shows that full brightness on RMX is very power hungry. So let's have a look, shall we, at the next option. So next is a USB multi-country charger, 77% at the moment. In fact, yes, it is charging. Bear in mind, you can get different types of USB wall chargers. So this is only going on the multi-country one that I've got, which may well not be as powerful as other ones you can get out on the market. Just on a side note, Fast RMX is a really fun racing game. Certainly, I would say it's certainly worth buying if you have a Switch. Oh, so that's interesting. 5 minutes, so it's taken longer, but the battery has gone down. So we're using this wall charger, well, multi-adaptive, no, not the official charger that comes with the Switch, obviously, but the one I'm using has only prolonged the life and is not giving me extra juice. But now, just out of interest, I'm going to leave it on 5 minutes, the screen off, doing nothing, in sleep mode, and see how this affects it. Okay, so at 8 minutes 40, I've looked again, and it has actually charged it by 3%. So, if you're on holiday and you need to charge it, if you've gone out for the day, say, you want to charge it overnight or whatever, then at least you know that putting it in sleep mode, using a standard USB to USB-C, or using a travel adapter, does charge while it's sleeping at least. But now, one more test, and that is in the dock itself. Okay, so now we're docked. Starting at 80%. Bear in mind this is using a UK power supply, so I don't know if it will be different in other countries by any amount. So let's see how this fares. And this is with the Joy-Cons are still attached. I'm using a Pro controller, so it's still charging them as well. And this is actually the first time I've used the Pro controller on Fast RMX, so we're at 3 minutes 46, and it's gone up 1% at the moment. It actually seems slower than the battery pack, to be fair. So we're doing 82%. So it's interesting because at 8 minutes it's gone up 2%. That is slower than the battery. Which does make me a little bit concerned it might be charging up too fast. But I would assume that the Switch would have some kind of limiter to it, so it wouldn't be able to charge too fast. And the battery pack should be less power than it can actually take. Saying that, of course, this is outputting a larger resolution, so it would affect maybe the amount of power consumption the Switch is using. So maybe that has something to do with it as well. So I think I'm going to have to also try the official charger in handheld mode and see how that fares. Well, there we go. 14 minutes and it's gone up 3%. So that's reasonably slow, actually, like that. But as I say, it's been output at higher resolution, which may well affect it to a certain degree. So very briefly, the last test is using the official charger that comes with the dock, but we're going to, instead of having it docked, going to plug it straight in and see how that goes. And as you can see, 2 minutes 15, it's gone up 85%. So it does seem that the reason it's so slow previously was due to the dock outputting at higher resolution. So there you have it. That's all the different ways of charging your Nintendo Switch. In my eyes, if you're in the market for a power pack because you're traveling a lot, definitely get yourself a USB-C charger. Not end of the world if you don't have one, because it will still charge, but very, very slowly, where you can charge it at basically a official charger in the wall speed, but on the go. The cable I got was the Belkin one. It's £19.99, so it's quite expensive as far as cables go. However, it's a good cable. A lot of the ones from places like Amazon, the standards don't seem as high. You might be able to find ones cheaper as good. It's hard to say. But at least Belkin is a recognised brand, at least in the UK. And yeah, it seems like it's doing a great job. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like and a subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'd also like to give a shout out to Francis Faustino. Sorry if I've said your name wrong. But I'd just like to give a shout out for highlighting that the USB chargers do indeed do a lot better job than the normal standard USB to USB-C cables. So thank you very much for the heads up. So that got me to buy a USB-C cable faster to test it out for everyone and see how well it performs. So thanks very much to him. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again with another video very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.